Fallen-hearted people try to grab on to something. Hiding evils that you never know comfort can hold. Now giving it back and all my feelings. From the Flintstones, knowing you know with a pebble, Neville. Probably needs that little bit of space at the end just to let it ring. Okay, yeah, so I have started the stream now. Sorry about that, everybody, if you are watching this in the future and you just jump straight into the middle of a song. This is what I've been putting together today, this morning. How are we doing? Well, first and foremost, I'd like to say thank you. Brand new week. We've got a little bit of growth on our channel. Maybe I can show you that. Right. Okay. So looking at my analytics, during my last couple of releases, I've gone and got like 200 to 300 odd little views in that time, which is pretty decent momentum considering I've only got like 23 subscribers now, which is 9 more than I have than when I started, which is twice as much. So I'm pretty happy with that. Specifically, I've got a new subscriber I wanted to call out because they are from Romania, and I didn't think that my music was reaching that far. I thought that was really cool. So if you're my new Romanian subscriber, jumping along for the journey, watching this now, thank you so much. I'll get your name and I'll put you up somewhere as one of my first viewers. That sounds fun. What has the Hurricane been up to this week? We had released at the start of the week a song, my Moods album. Yeah, so last Sunday I kind of had this burst of creativity. I managed to kind of conceptualize 2 tracks on stream, and later on in that night I had all of this pent up energy, and I kind of moved that into lyrics, and I popped out the Moods album. And then later on in the week, because I found that my song Dreary from the Moods album's actually now become my most enjoyed song, so I'll just chuck that on in the background. It's the most engaged song, with the most amount of likes, and it's even picked up just a couple of subscribers. In response to that, I wanted to kind of build off of the narrative of this song. Maybe not in exactly the same direction, but I had like this energetic momentum. So Monday and Tuesday, I was still working on my Echoes album, still working on different tracks. I was working also towards an open mic night performance that I was going to be doing on Friday, which I did do, by the way. But when the Dreary song started getting a bit of momentum immediately in the first 48 hours, I decided, yeah, okay, let's go for a midweek release as well. So we've gone and hit a total of 4 releases last week, which is great because that means that we've hit a milestone almost. Well, I think it's a milestone. We've now self-published 20 songs in 3.5-ish months, which is awesome. Freaking awesome. I've got some good momentum going, and I really appreciate now that I'm starting to feel people coming back to me, starting to build connections, new musicians, and kind of like feel like this is doing all right. You know, I'm starting to build a little bit of momentum, keeping on with it. You know, so I didn't want to really stream this week. I kind of forced myself to do it now on a Sunday. But just because this is the day I will be working on my music, whether it's a little bit or a lot, I might honestly keep this a bit of a shorter stream, probably maybe more like an hour, rather than the 2, 3, 5 hours that I would usually kind of pump through. That doesn't mean that I won't be working on my music. I still will be endeavouring, but I think that I'm kind of on a knife's edge around what song I want to put out now. I've got like a big handful of projects that I've worked on. I just spent a lot of physical energy, like developing an acoustic set, and I went and I made a whole heap of medley songs that were really kind of like radio safe, and I thought would be quite interesting. They were kind of blended really nicely. So I bring that to the performance. I spent a lot of energy on Friday doing that, and then the nervousness of my first performance in, let's say, since I stopped busking, so probably almost a year now, I'd say, since probably my last performance with guitar and in front of a crowd. So it was a bit nerve-wracking. I'm a relatively well experienced musician in terms of stage performances. Probably have in my choir performances with solos and different compositional arrangements that I've been a part of, and different projects. I probably got dozens of stage performance under my belt, you know, and so that's probably equating to at least, I don't know, 10 to 15 to 20 to 25 hours on stage in my lifetime, and then that's not counting the busking, you know, so busking's its own little game, but it was nerve-wracking is what I was trying to say. This sitting there and watching all the other musicians and seeing their anxiety and feeling the familiarity of that anxiety and kind of getting infected by it a little bit. But then watching younger like musicians who are coming out of their shell and they're really proud of the art they're putting up, and they're doing covers of their favourite songs. And there's a really great community of people in Perth that are doing open mic nights run by bloke Sean, who I'll put a link down to the open mic night. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get good shorts material. I wasn't able to, the videos that I got of the performances were quite noise polluted by the crowd around. But I might be able to still get some like content out of it for people to watch. So you'll be able to, maybe I'll re-record the medleys so that people can hear them, and then I'll place them over the top of me performing, and I can do that during the week or leading on, just release those here and there. And then as I keep going to open mic nights, then I can still do those kinds of performances. And I'll also test and try to incorporate my original songs that I'm releasing into new forms, you know. So maybe I could make Dreary an acoustic song to some extent, you know, if I have to bring in extra equipment or different instruments or new performers. That'll be an interesting set of challenges to overcome. Anyway, so Silenced was also an interesting release. I think that came out really well. Silenced is kind of a bit more jazzy, a bit more west, like a bit more rappy, a bit more hip hop, a bit more energy. But I'll just play through this one real quick while I go to the bathroom, maybe make another coffee. I'll leave you to this one as well. This is all on my YouTube channel. If you found this video, just go to my YouTube channel and you will find it. If you're watching this on stream right now, go down to all my links and you'll find all of my links, obviously.
Now a second is a giving back. I'll take it back. And when we're going in the back again, I'm throwing all the conversation and it's feeling fresh. Here we are again. I'm testing its limits and
I whisper now. I'm a thunder in the room. Used to bite my tongue. Now I'm howling at the moon. Every silence was a hand that turned into a blade just to keep me in my place. And I'm feeling okay. I see.
listen to me, baby. Listen to me, baby.
I gave too much to silence. Let the ghost direct my walls and the echoes in the ceiling. No one returned my calls. Now I hold the beat. Make the rhythm out of ache and the voice born from rupture and the silence couldn't life had exhaled, and the prey right in the rhythm and the storm assailed. So don't ask me why I'm quiet or why I rhyme like this. My pain's been cooking slow, now I look like the vista.
Listen to me, baby. Listen to me, baby. Do you know you're giving up again if you're giving it to your friends? If you're giving up your kindness and kindness and listen to me, baby. Listen to me, baby. Listen to me, baby.
Truth be told, I always felt a little bit silenced, a little life, a little lightless. Never known sorrow so cold, and no hopes and dreams to follow. Felt old before I'd grown, a silent little being, never known. And here we go, back again, claiming the fame, claiming the ends, claiming the voice you never had. And that's the way you're gonna live it, man. That's the way you're gonna live it, man. Now I'm back online with the ions that's grown. I spit the bars, seeds, the silence has been sown. I used to whisper in the rooms where they talk too loud. Now echo through the halls, got them shook and proud. Got them in the pen, got the ghosts in my tone, but I write them out loud. Don't leave them alone, I was in by design. Now I'm right on purpose, turn my burn in the verses and I'm scratching the surface, yeah.
Listen to me, baby.
Wrote me off, so I wrote me in. Etched my name in the dirt with the frozen grin. Used to break down, now I break through. Wounds still bleed, but the ink stays true. I clocked in the pain like a 9 to 5. Now I live in the booth where the truth survives. This ain't a rap, it's just a revival breathing. Taught myself how to speak when the silence was screaming.
Listen to me, baby. Listen to me, baby.
Now I'm here for the voiceless, the pushed aside, the unheard cries, the dreams that died. The mic's my sword, then the beat's my pen. I rewrite endings for the ones back then. From the silent halls to the roaring stages, from lost youth to the burning pages. It ain't just mine, it's for us all. Silence rise, so don't stay small.
Listen to me, baby. Listen to me, baby.
Yeah, so I was a bit more happy with the second half of this song. I think I worked backwards, so I kind of conceptualized the first couple of verses. I went over them a couple of times. I wasn't super happy with them. I changed a couple of things, cut things out. But the second half of the song was basically like one big improv. And that felt really pure and concise, you know, so I'm really happy with how the end half, so since the breakdown, the poetry and the mantras kind of like verses there, and then at the end here, kind of like this energy, like this reach out, it's like unfolding, like it's a message, you know, so it's like, it's going from this kind of raw feelings, these funneled kind of experiences and other things like that, and then moving into a kind of statement piece, you know. So overall, I think the Moods album plus Silence so far for last week's releases, I'm pretty happy with how they all came out. Although I did kind of move backwards into this kind of arena where I've got these sampled and not overproduced, but heavily like compositional, heavily collaged like genre and stuff. I think I've found a bit more consistency of sound in my production inside of these 4 tracks, and moving into from echoes. So I'm still putting a lot of echoes, energy and activity and energy into that project on the back end, you know. So that's happening when I'm sitting here with my guitar, refining verses. That's happening when I'm listening to the old YouTube and I'm going over things, refining the poetry, and then again taking it back to Ableton, trying to reflect that that feeling and that mission of what that song represented 15 years ago, and then to build that project up. So in the meantime, just to build my repertoire up and to keep the energy and the flowing going, I think this has been a good kind of backward step. You know, it's a backward step that's not necessarily a backward step. I'd say maybe it's a side step. And in this process, I've met new potential collaborators and people that are interested in engineering and mixing and stuff like that. So I think it's a net win all over. The views, almost 250 odd views, and the lots of likes that I received on these videos. Very impressed with that performance, and let's hope that we can replicate that in the coming weeks, at the very least, you know. So yeah, moving back to where we're at with this track that I'm working on today. So yeah, I'm kind of emotional today. I had having some issues with the family, you know, that kind of the everybody's story, the things that are going on in the background that kind of nudge at us and try to slow us down, try to pull us back to bed, and we put the covers over our head and forget about everything. But here we are. So I don't know, I'm kind of building up a little bit of energy here. Everything's in the key of G sharp minor. However, it's also meant to be at 77. So these songs are running at 77, but I've accidentally misappropriated the timing on the door, to be 154. So I got to come back here and throw this to 77. I can show you what happens immediately if this is just a basic thing, right? So if I put this to 77, it's going to change the way that these samples are played, right? It's going to basically halve the speed, which could be cool, but it's way too slow, you know? And it also glitches out the sound. Like, engineers would probably hate it, but it's something that you can do discreetly as well. So a 4-minute song became a 6-minute song basically, or a 3-minute song became twice as long. The song's already slow enough, you know, so if I want, I can even move this up a bit. Now I have to do a calculation to kind of guess how fast these are, and that's not necessarily like a good practice. However, before I put any tracks down, I might want to change it just a little bit. But I have to feel like the composition is kind of effective enough, or I'm gonna have to just do some cowboy shit and throw in random samples that I just think sound cool in the moment, you know. And that's always a fun practice as well. But ultimately, we're trying to be a bit more intentional about things, right? So as much as possible, we want it to like sound as good while we're creating it. Trying to make it sound like where it's gonna end up, you know. And if we don't want to come back and make catastrophic changes, it's gonna. One, you could be removing the best part of the song just because you thought about it too much, right? Like, something I've learned now about the releases that I put out for 20 songs is that your least worked on, the tracks that you didn't really you thought were the most important tracks to you, the ones that didn't bleed into as much, the ones that you thought weren't as like prophetic, or they weren't going to hit as hard, or they weren't going to touch. Those are the songs that resonate the most, it seems. You know, people go and they hear this little 2-minute track that I chucked at the end of Storm Seasons. It's just me playing guitar really badly and out of time, but singing about a message. You know, and that resonated with people, and that had like a big uptick on my metrics. And then Dreary, you know, that was the middest of the tracks that I thought came out of that album, Out of Moods. But apparently Dreary's the one that really makes it sound good. And sorry if my personal volume's changed. I haven't got one ear on, I've got two on. So sometimes when there's sound in the background, I can get louder. I mean, I'm sure that's pretty common to people. Forgetting about the awareness of how loud you are. Could be a neurodiverse trait, though, you never know. Still figuring that stuff out. Something I've learnt about now, because I'm doing echoes, which is the intention of having samples that are open source and free for other people to use. So right now this song's a hybrid song. I'm experimenting again. So we've got half samples that I've pulled out of the sample library. So the drums, the song starter, and the storm, car that comes in, those are all samples that are from sample libraries. You know, so I wouldn't be able to let people use those because I didn't create those. Now, these ones here, though, these pads and this bending sword that's in the background, I'm putting this in for a friend of mine. He goes by the hand of Mantos, and he said he really appreciated like one of my earlier songs because it had like a bouncy sword groove to it. It's like boom boom, you know, like this boom boom was like something that was attracted to him. So I'm trying to now put that in maybe as a little bit of homage. It's not the same, it's not boom boom, but it's bending, you know, it's got this microtonality about it, and like it's also a bit dreamy and mechanical, but also feels like it's organic because it's not square shaped, you know, it's not you know, it's not it's got some organic to it, so maybe that's interesting. I'm just all kinds of headspaces today. Big weekend. Important thing is just keep at it, everybody. Keep to the grind. If you can't do it every day, do it the days that you can. Mondays. Life rings like a wound, every space in the tone, silence that blooms. I bring kindness in the form of truth, but the wrong message is to the room. I was raised by the wildfires, I just mirrored the fumes. You gave me handouts, sorrow in your quiet disguise. Said I'm fine with the tremble, never showed me your cries, but I saw it there behind wide glass eyes and soft lies. When surviving wars, you never learn to thrive. You turn from the truth like it's salt in the vein, causing the drama, bringing the shame. Pull you out of this generational rain, not to break you, not to name it, to heal from the pain. So listen, listen. Try to ride. I sing every week till you see I'll sing every week to tell you why. No, that's not right. I'll sing.
lives in me like it's yesterday. I'm feeling holy, but only because I'm betrayed. I know that I'm open, but from a different way. Every time I reach out, it hurts my hand. I'm giving back, but I get bit again. Get bit again every time I
have to take my ears off of this for a second. Let's try and find something else. I was listening. I don't think I'll release this.
Quiero a ti, nadie te quiere, pegadito,
It's like this bit.
como yo te quiero a ti, como yo te quiero a ti, como yo te quiero a ti.
I'm losing the energy today.
Yeah, since I was a little one. Great, some peace and quiet, some time alone. Trying to find a peace of mind. I think I done alright. Serenity comes to find me back again. But I'm feeling a little bit defensive. And I try to break down those lines within inside my own life. In my life. In my life. In my life.
This life, I live everything.
Yeah, since I was a little one. Crave some peace and quiet, some time alone. Trying to find my peace of mind. I think I done alright. Serenity comes to find me back again. But I'm feeling a little bit defensive. I try to break down those lines within inside my own life. In my life. In my life.
This life, I live everything.
In my life.
This life I live, though I've got to give. Inside everything I find a sorrow from the time on the better side of it, this life is every day as though try to give himself room to grow. But it doesn't happen too often, no, not this lifetime. In the mind, with the right mindset, and you get what you get. And the fire inside, and to let it out, and you gotta let it ride. Believe in your own cause. Gonna.
I never really saw
Listen, I think I got serenity comes to bite me back again. But I'm feeling a little bit defensive. I try to break down those lines inside my own life. In my life. In my life. Try to break down those lines inside my own life. In my life. In my
Okay. I don't think I can continue on these tracks right now. I need to take a significant break. Go get some food, go for a walk, cuddle the pets, maybe watch a movie, play a video game. Sorry for the short stream this weekend. I am still cooking on some stuff, still working on echoes. I will be looking forward to releasing something tomorrow, maybe maybe something, just one. I mean, I had a lot of activity last week. You know, with the moods plus silence. So that's 4 tracks, and then reaching 20. So look, we'll go into the night. I'll continue mastering and working on these things, and we'll see what we can kind of come up with before the Monday evening, you know, and then we'll get something else out there by Monday. So who knows? Thanks for coming along for the journey, and yeah, again, just have a look at all my socials, go see my website, join up, be part of the collective. You know, I've got some plans, I guess, now. I want to bring people in, I want to bring people up, and I want to provide things for other musicians, even if it's just that you guys can see me doing this and see that it's possible. Yeah, no matter what, man, or lady, or them, or they, or wherever you're from, and however you say it, good luck. It's a brand new week, brand new opportunity, lots of good times to be had, new friends to make, new experiences to be a part of, new beautiful things to see, new tasty foods to eat. And I wish each and every one of you love and warmth and safety. Yeah. Thanks for showing up. And I'm going to keep showing up every week. At least I'll try to. I'll be in hospital otherwise, maybe. So, good luck, family. We'll see you next weekend.